Then Allah revealed this ayah. إن المسلمين والمسلمات. The reason behind the revelation of this ayah, different narrations, but one of it says, Umara, as Tirmidhi narrated, Umara al-Ansariya from Ansar. She came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam once and she said, Ya Rasulullah, I see only Allah talks about men in the Quran. Why we are not mentioned in the Quran? Why is it all believers and believers and this is just male, not female, or masculine, not feminine? If we were good, then why Allah did not mention us? And Allah revealed this ayah. إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات. So you are equal. Even if Allah mentioned the masculine, doesn't mean you are excluded. You are included. Yeah. And this has given them the satisfaction and tranquility more. Yeah. إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات. So Allah mentioned 10 attributes. 10 attributes in this very ayah. So the first one is submission, Islam. The second is belief, Iman. Although Iman first and then Islam second. Yes, because Iman and then application of Iman is Islam. But the importance of submission, إن المسلمين والمسلمات. The male believers, the female believers. The male submitters and the female submitters. Yes, Muslimin, submitters. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well mentioned al-qanitin. So those who are devout. It's the dedication and devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As-sadiqina was-sadiqat. Truthful men and truthful women. And Allah did mention equality here. That you are on the same level. On the same level. Of course, we have some exceptions for men, some exceptions for women. Yes. So, for instance, exceptions, the battlefield for men and pregnancy for women as an example. We have some specific roles no one can play but him, or no one can play but her. And this is Allah's wisdom, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And men of patience and women of patience, sabirin, as-sabirina was-sabirat. Wal-khashi'ina wal-khashi'at. And those who are humble. So khushu', it's about humility and humbleness, if you want. So those who are humble from men and women. Wal-mutasaddiqin, and those who are charitable from men and women. Wal-mutasaddiqat. And we know for matter of fact that many sisters do donate probably many times more than their husbands and the men. والصائمين والصائمات, and those who observe Siyam. Yes. والصائمين والصائمات, who fast among men and among women. والحافظين فروجهم والحافظات, and men who guard the chastity and women who guard the chastity. والحافظين فروجهم والحافظات. حافظين فروجهم, literally the ayah as it says, private parts. فروج, it's private parts. والذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات, and those who remember Allah much among men and those who remember Allah much among women. For them, The 10 attributes which Allah mentioned, for them, those who are uh, described or they embrace these attributes, Allah has prepared forgiveness for them and a great reward. And of course, you can imagine the happiness and the joy among the female believers in the community when Allah responded to their call and say, we are not mentioned and this, we are not that important. Sometimes shaitan comes and, whisper. Then Allah did reveal this ayah. So it was a great joy for the believers and for the female believers in particular, because Allah Azza wa Jal is uh, addressing their concerns and say, don't say that you are not important. You are important. Don't say you are second class. You are not. You are as good as anyone. First class, all of you are the same class, no different classes. Yeah. So this is beautiful because you see Allah Azza wa Jal is responding to their concerns. Although Allah did not discriminate against them. Yes, but they thought that, yeah, we are not mentioned, and always it's the female, it's in the masculine form. So what about us? Yeah. So Allah could have said to them, yeah, you are included no matter what. But He did respond to their concerns, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the emotions here. So yes, sometimes we need to understand emotions. Yes, and accordingly, we have to take into consideration that what might suit somebody might not suit the other. So the male believers did not take it like, yeah, he's only addressing us and not addressing them because they are second class. It didn't appeal to them like this. But it appeals to them, of course, not all of them, some of them, that why we are not mentioned. So Allah didn't say, okay, I will not mention you. You have to adapt to this and so on. Allah did mention them and to show them that you are equal. There's no difference here. Of course, equality doesn't mean that true equality 100% in everything. It doesn't work because this is injustice. Yes, the way Allah created the female and the way He created the male, they are not 100% the same, i.e., genetically speaking, the pressure, the power, this, that, the way that the brain works, they are not 100% equal. Yes? So this is as well deluding sometimes. When you say we need 100% equality, this is not happening. Yeah? Because we are different by nature. But here in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, they are equal. They are equal, i.e., their obligations, their duties, their closeness to Allah, their dhikr, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So Allah Azza wa Jal is telling us here that you focus on these attributes. So these attributes are the most important attributes for every Muslim. Yes. 10. Islam, Iman, قنوت، صدق، صبر، خشوع، صدقة، صيام، حفظ الفروج، ذكر الله. 10 attributes. Yes. So it's like a checklist. Am I practicing qunut? Yes. humility? Am I practicing sidq, truth? Am I practicing sabr? Am I practicing khushu'? Am I practicing charity, siyam, chastity, and dhikr of Allah Azza wa Jal? So it's a very short list, but very effective. So you check this list on a daily basis. Then, if we are, of course, not ticking the box exercise, but just to remind ourselves what we should be doing, then the reward is immense. And forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beyond our comprehension. أعد الله لهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. Great forgiveness and great reward. Yeah. And of course, in each and every one of these attributes which Allah has mentioned, it's a full course talking about the details of Islam and what we should be practicing as Muslims and the pillars of Iman and how to achieve qunut in your salah and how to be a person of truthfulness and how to achieve sabr in your life and definition of sabr and when is a negative sabr and positive sabr and khushu' in your salah and humility and humbleness and how to be charitable and do it with the right intention, not to seek people's recognition. The siyam, apart from Ramadan, the Sunnah Siyam of Rasulullah SAW that brings discipline to our life and protecting our chastity, our family, our reputation, and above all as well to be in the state of dhikr of Allah Azza wa Jal at any time. So the dhikr of Allah, the importance of Allah's dhikr subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we were to check this and keep checking our duties and responsibilities, whether between us and Allah and between us and those who are around us, parents, family, and so on, then inshallah we are expecting Allah's forgiveness and Allah's reward.